What up, players? It's War Boss Tay back up in this mug. Welcome to my Day 10 progress update video for the July Painting Challenge 2017. You can see I built up a second Centurion here. This guy's got heavy bolters that he's aiming and pointing and pow-pow-powing. And I've just got one more Centurion to build for those guys. That's going to be my week 3 objective. As soon as I'm done building them, I'll take them out and I'll prime them. As for my scouts, I was only able to finish one of them. This is just about finished. There's some final highlights, but I did the shades, as you saw in my last video. And then I did all the highlights, so I've got 9 more to go, and I'll be done. So we've got a couple more days. Hopefully I can finish the rest of them. A little bit of slow going last night, but I think I should be able to pick up the pace and catch up in time. Question of the day is, what is your favorite science fiction or fantasy setting or universe? What is it about that setting that draws you in and inspires you? So for those of you who participated in the challenge before, or for those of you who've seen my week 1 secondary objective video, you know that I love to get into the fiction and the setting and the game universes of the hobbies that we partake in. I think that we are so involved and invested, that's the word, invested in these universes. So I like to pose this question because it really interests me to know what you find interesting. And I think I just watched last night Joshua Duran's secondary objective video about how he loves the Mass Effect universe, love that universe. And I think I saw Ringo Simpkins' video about the 40K universe and how he would love to be an Inquisitor and going around solving space crimes. For me, I have to go back to the roots for this one. I think last year I picked Game of Thrones, but I think this year I gotta go back to the thing that really drew me into fantasy and magical settings and wizards and humans doing good for the sake of doing good and elves and dwarves and all that stuff. That's Lord of the Rings by the big man J.R.R. Tolkien and his universe, his Middle-earth setting, and how there was magic and mysticism and there was so much history and everything just felt so weighty, especially once you get into the Lord of the Rings. But even when I first read The Hobbit in the 6th grade, I remember thinking to myself, this is such a fun make-believe world, and I loved it. And even though I loved watching Star Wars for the first time, I loved all of the other different video game worlds that I got into, nothing really lit my imagination and made me want to really visualize and experience the worlds that I was reading about as much as J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings series. And I think Peter Jackson did a terrific job creating the visual, I guess, manifestation of those words and putting them on screen. And I had a great time watching those movies. I had an even better time going back to the books and reading them again after all those years, and I love it. So what is it about the universe that drew me in? The characters, the setting, Gandalf, Frodo and the quest to destroy the ring, Aragorn's quest to unite the free people and defeat Sauron in the field of battle. I loved all of it. It was great. So I'm really interested to see what you guys and gals out there are going to choose for this one, because it's such a fun question. And for the rest of the week, I think all of my questions are themed around, you know, getting lost in a fictional setting. Feel free to use any setting for every single day. Every single day could be different. You can choose Star Wars one day, the next day choose the USS Enterprise, the day after that choose the One Ring as your answer to the question. You can bounce around from different universes. There's no reason to stay with one. Just engage your imagination and let that come out in your videos. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next one. Latest, players!